Let's get started on how I shape and score a boule. Once your dough has doubled and it is ready to go in the fridge, flour the counter lightly and just spread it around so it is a thin layer. Then carefully remove your dough from the bowl. The first step I use is to start folding the sides into the middle to form a ball. Notice how the flour on the counter is disappearing under the dough as I do this. As you're going along, make sure you pop any bubbles that start poking out of your dough. Now, once you have a nice round ball of dough, you can begin shaping. So you're just going to put it wet side down and then flour your hands. This is to prevent your hands from sticking to the dough. I start to pull the dough towards me, and I use the stickiness of the dough on the counter to cause tension on the top. If you prefer, you can use a bench scraper, but I prefer using my hands as I can feel the tension better. It feels uncomfortable the first time you start dragging the dough along the counter, but you get used to it. The more uncomfortable you feel, the better you're doing. Okay, now you're just going to cover your dough and let it rest for about 15 minutes and come back for the final shape. Okay, it's been 15 minutes and you can see the dough has relaxed a bit. So we're just going to give it a final shape. Start dragging it towards ourselves and making sure the top is nice and tight. As I said, I prefer doing it with my hands and because you can feel it better. It's nice and tight on top, so now we can just transfer it to our banneton. That is if I ever stop obsessing over this shape. To prevent the dough from sticking, the banneton is covered liberally with rice flour, and then just sprinkle a bit of flour on top just so it doesn't stick to your cover, whatever you're using. Then off to the fridge for your cold ferment. Okay, so it's been a few hours for me. I don't like to ferment for too long, but you can. Just dust off the flour. Now, boules like symmetry. So whatever type of scoring you do, if you're just starting out, just make sure it's symmetrical. I'm going to do a cross shape on mine. You can do a square in the middle. There are lots of videos out there demonstrating the different scoring you can do. You can do some decorative scoring as well if you like. But you want to make sure when doing decorative scoring that you score very lightly compared to the score made to help tell your dough where to spring. My Dutch oven has been heating in a 500-degree Fahrenheit oven for an hour now. So carefully pick up your dough using the corners of the parchment paper and place it in the Dutch oven. Then grab your lid and place it on top. It's ready to go. Put it in the oven at 500 for 20 minutes. It has been 20 minutes, so let's remove the lid. As you can see, the dough has sprung nicely right where we told it to. So now it just has to go back into the oven at 450 for another 25 minutes. And this is the result. I hope you found this video useful. I got some complaints last time for not cutting it open and showing the crumb, so I have done that this time. And there it is. Once you feel you have conquered the basics, boules are great for creating interesting, different scoring patterns and looks. So have fun with it. Click the link on the left to see the step-by-step recipe I used in this bake, or the one on the right to view the quick version. Thanks for watching.